Sip Anna, Sip Pik, Sip Atmanand, Sip Shiba, Sip Krishna, Sip Siri, Sip Samatma, Sip Rajanand. आज आपसे दोस्त से मिले हम. सिप अशोक छोटवानी, सिप अहम, सिप गिरिजा, सिप सुखी, सिप प्रकाश, सिप जीजी, सिप ब्लिस, सिप सीता, सिप चंद्रा कौल, वेलकम. सिप आनंद, सिप मनीषा, सिप सिका कमल, सिप पार्वती अम्मा, सिप प्रेमचंद जी, सिप हर्षल, सिप कुमार, सिप सदानंद, सिप सचिन, सिप रेणुका, AiR, सिप सगाई, सिप चिदानंद, सिप सरलानंद, सिप सोहम, सिप अहम आत्मा, सिप संजय, सिप छोटवानी. Welcome everybody to the call, and as we have Anna to coming on, तो राजेंद्र आप जानते हैं अशोक गडू, जानते हैं अशोक गडू कौन है? जानते हैं आप? अनम्यूट राजेंद्र. आपको उन्होंने बताया क्या एक कॉल के बारे में? अनम्यूट राजेंद्र. यस. अशोक गडू कौन है?
अशोक गड्डू एक कश्मीरी है. he was also an engineer.
तो आप जानते हैं उनसे?
जब ना पहले बड़े दोस्त शायद हुआ करते, शायद वही अशोक गड्डू जो आप बोल रहे हो. मुझसे एक दो साल.
I met today Ashok Gadu, and he has been coming to the Zoom call for last 4 years every day, and he has written a book of AiR. He has completely every Zoom call, every single Zoom call, he has written down and he has covered, he has made a whole book from the last 4 years, every single session. And I asked him, how do you know about this call? And he told me, I know Rajendra. I'm from Kashmir. But look at the devotion. Somebody has made a book of all the teachings of, when I told him I'm writing a book on AiR philosophy, he brought the book today and gave me the book and he said, I've made many copies. So I thought I will share with you. I requested him to come to the call. I don't know whether he's on the call today. I requested him to come on the call, but he's not on the call. He's on YouTube Live. Every day he's watching from YouTube Live or Facebook Live. So आपको पता नहीं वो कॉल पे? आपको ये पता है नहीं पता है?
कॉल का पता नहीं, बट he used to be my friend. अब फिर हो गया ये माइग्रेशन वगैरह से, तो वही
आपको डेली देखता है कॉल पे, लेकिन वो he's not coming on the Zoom. I have requested him to come on the Zoom. So this is my aha moment today. I found a new amazing seeker and awakened. He calls himself, he's changed his name to Shiv Atma. So he's Ashok, but he calls himself Shiv Atma. Thank you. I'm very glad to have met him, and I'm sharing with you all. Anna. Yes, Anna. Today's open house, any question, right? No limitation, any question.
I bow down to Guruji.
Namaskar.
I want to know a doubt.
Yes.
The human beings have got free will. They can do anything, either good or bad or otherwise. How it is being decided? Whether it is a God-given?
What is decided, good or bad?
See, every human being has got its own choice of doing bad or good things.
That I understand.
Free will.
Yes.
The will what has been done is being imposed by SIP.
The free will is being decided by his intellect. We have got, for example, Anna, you have a free will. You are deciding what you want, right? Black and white, wrong and right. You are deciding. So what is that your question?
Yes.
Everybody can decide.
But there is a difference, isn't it? There is a difference. When the tree is going, one tree is going tall, one tree is not growing, like that it goes.
Only human being has a will. Tree does not have a will.
Yes.
Dog does not have a will. Dog cannot say, today I want biryani. Dog cannot tell. Only human being has a will.
Then the will acts as per the karma.
The will does not act as per the karma. The will becomes the karma.
Oh, the will becomes a karma.
Suppose today you say, I'm going to cut one buffalo and eat now. That is your free will, to cut a buffalo or to cut an apple. Suppose you cut a buffalo, that becomes your karma.
That is not decided by SIP.
How can SIP decide? If SIP decides, we will become puppets. Then we will become like robots. We will become robotic.
That is not the free will. Free will is decided by intellect only.
Free will is decided by intellect, which means you and me, we can choose.
Yes.
Okay, so, so we have got a free will, means we have a power of choice. Only human beings have a choice. Only human beings create karma. Please understand, only human beings.
Yes, yes. That I can understand, but there is a free will always for us, is it, to take decision on our going life, to do good things or bad things like that.
Yeah, it is our free will. It's not controlled by SIP. It's our free will.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
your buddhi, your intellect. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Sonia,
Thank you.
thank you. Remember, 8 o'clock, you have free time to ask Aram say questions. 9 o'clock, I can't help you. Sonia and Prakash.
Hi, AiR.
Hi, Sonia.
So I am back because we were going to talk about happiness. Remember 2 days ago, I said I'll come during the open session because it seems to be a longer
Yes, yes. So
conversation.
will you repeat your point?
So my question to you, it's actually to you, is you speak of happiness a lot and talk about the ultimate goal of being happy, but you don't ask any of your seekers, anybody who wants to follow this path, to be a vegetarian, which
Yeah.
I think is a primary requisite for happiness.
So let me explain this to you. Okay. So when I went to the Crystal Cathedral in California, and I met Dr. Robert Schuller, a pastor in the church. And I told him about 25 years back, what you people are eating meat is wrong on your part. You people. So then I got a long letter from the pastor of the church. And he explained to me, we in America, we are born eating meat. We eat meat from the time we are kids. Our religion, Christianity, permits us to eat meat. Maybe you in India, you think it is wrong. We don't think it is wrong. We think it is only a matter of eating meat is a health issue. In America, health people say eat mock meat or eat veggie meat or plant-based meat because of health reason, not religious or spiritual reasons. Now, no doubt, if one gets a realization that SIP, the Supreme, is dwelling in a chicken or dwelling in a cow or dwelling in an animal, you cannot butcher that animal and eat because you will feel it's wrong. But even in India, most of the vegetarianism is religion based. It is not spiritual based. So for me,
Can you tell
I
me what's the difference between religion-based or spiritual-based
yeah, I'll tell
vegetarianism?
you. I'll tell you, of course. So if you in religion, they will tell you chicken खाना ठीक है लेकिन कभी गाय नहीं खाना. गौ माता नहीं खाना. Many
Oh,
Hindus, there are many Hindus who will eat chicken, but they will not eat beef. I'm sure you know many Hindus.
yes, yes.
Why like that? What is it? According to me, if you eat chicken, you can eat beef also. What do you mean? Is chicken an animal meant to be eaten and beef a cow not an animal? So this is to do with the religious upbringing, religious practice. In spirituality, you must not eat meat. Period. Now, you must not eat meat when you realize that. If somebody is now, my father is eating meat from 85 years. I can't stop him. I cannot convince him or explain to him or stop him. He is not willing to listen.
No, I'm not asking about stopping anyone. I'm
That-
asking about being part of your philosophy because you are a guru and
oh,
you are
no, no.
teaching.
So it's in my philosophy, when I teach anybody the truth of life, they should give up meat on their own. I should not tell you to give up meat. So, like eating meat, there may be 100 other things which are going to be the effect of the philosophy.
Yeah,
Just
basically the after effect of your realization
yes,
is
yes,
what you're
yes,
saying.
yes.
But the point is, I think there would be a lot of people who follow your philosophy and want happiness, but you have not spelled out that you can't even get to that point if you are hurting fellow beings, whether it is people or animals. And in animals, it's basically, as they say, right? Just what you eat is what you are, and it affects your mind state, your whole
For
being.
me, if you tell me eating meat is bad or being in consciousness, but not being in consciousness is bad, for me, not being in consciousness is bad. Because if
But
you're in
see,
consciousness, you will understand eating meat is bad.
but that it's not about bad or good. I think it is just about a hindrance to even getting there.
No,
When we
let me tell
start
you.
saying that this
See,
is bad, it
Sonia,
starts putting.
I must clarify to you. In spirituality, sip is in everything. Sip is also in an apple. Sip is also in a brinjal. Sip is everywhere. But killing an animal and eating is causing pain to a higher being, a being
Correct.
whose consciousness is higher. So all this has to be understood at a very deep level. If I blindly tell people eat vegetarianism, I don't believe in blind advocation. I never advocate anything blindly.
No, with
People must
explanation. With
know. There's no,
explanation.
and I don't have an explanation. The explanation is that you must have compassion because SIP is in all. If SIP is in all, we say see the divine in all, love the divine in all, serve the divine in all. Then where is the question of killing killing an animal? You should not kill an animal. But what if somebody who is coming to this call, he's 50 years old, has been eating meat for 40 years, and he wants to come to this call, but he cannot give up meat eating for this moment. I say it's okay. Because when you are able to awaken to the truth that you are SIP and the animal is SIP, you will give it up on your own. That is my logic.
Yeah, I do get your logic, but I also feel like you cannot awaken to that without the first step. So, for
For how many
example,
years? For how
The
many years are you
Dalai
vegetarian?
Lama.
From how many years are
The
you vegetarian?
I was born a non-vegetarian, and I became vegetarian when I was about 15 years old.
And now you're vegetarian, right?
Yeah, for the
So you
last
see, let
35 years.
me tell you, for those people who eat meat, giving up meat is a very, very big challenge.
No, I
And
understand.
yeah,
I myself had to give it up.
yeah, and for me, giving up meat should happen. Meat should
But
give you up.
right, but I mean, I think that, so my question here is that if you really want enlightenment so badly, if it's
If
really your
somebody,
purpose, it
if
is the
somebody
be all and
wants,
end all.
if somebody
These
wants
things are
enlightened,
not.
no, if somebody wants enlightenment badly, meat eating will drop off automatically. You were talking about Dalai Lama. You know, Dalai Lama eats meat. You know that?
Exactly, that's my point. That the Dalai Lama at
then
this
what?
point
Then what?
still
Then what
eats
answer
meat.
do you have? Dalai Lama, who talks about non-violence and talks about everything. If the Dalai Lama is eating meat, then what to do?
That's my point. I find
Ah.
it dichotomy. It's not it. So I think it has to be a starting point because the Dalai Lama says, "I'm spiritual." He propagates spirituality, but I don't even think he can get to that point
I want to
without
make.
giving up
I only
meat.
want to make one statement, Sonia. Anybody who is enlightened will not eat meat. A person who is enlightened, even though they have to give up a favorite habit of eating and tasting something very good, automatic. And today's world, eating meat is so easily replaceable because you get fake meat, you
I
get plant-based
100
meat.
that I 100% agree with you, Air. That's why I'm asking,
Yeah.
why is it not a basis? That's my question.
So
Why is it not a basis of your teachings?
because my basis is something higher than that. My basis is for me, eating meat is a very ordinary subject. For me, it is automatically something that you will give up. Okay, there are people who don't wear leather shoes. There are people who don't wear leather belts. Where is the end? There are people who don't eat vegetables because vegetable also has God in it. So there are some people,
No,
you're a Jain, right? I think you're a Jain.
yes,
So there are some people who eat only sukhi sabzi, and there are some people who will not eat potato and roots. They will not eat onion, garlic. Correct?
yes, yes, yes.
Do you eat onion, garlic?
No, I eat. Yes,
but you
I was born as a Jain, but I'm not
so Sonia,
religious, right?
so Sonia, there will be some people in Jain community will come and tell you, "आप कैसे खाती हैं? आप कैसे ये अदरक खाती हैं?" Then what answer to give them?
Yeah, but see, that's my point. People will say anything. You are not people, AiR. You are a guru who has very high teachings. That's my point. People can always come and say whatever they want. And
So I'm
it's
just
not about right or wrong. It's about a journey to get to your destination. Meat, I feel, is a very big hindrance to
so just,
spirituality.
so just to share with you, spirituality is a science of the spirit. Spirituality is over. Your, I'm sorry, I can't. This will become a full-fledged 1 hour discussion. We can create a
Yeah,
topic for this,
I
but
understand. Yeah.
you know, and let me tell you, every molecule of this world is sip. Therefore, if you're eating meat, you're eating sip. If you're eating a potato, you're eating sip. If you're eating a sukhi sabzi, you're eating sip. Therefore, when you are enlightened, then you go beyond. And Sonia, probably I'll have a call with you on this when you're free one day and we'll have a discussion, because everybody on this call has got, some eat meat, some don't eat meat, some eat only chicken, some are pure Jain. So it's and if I feel after my call with you, we want to make a 1 hour topic on this, we'll do a 1 hour topic fully on this.
Okay, sounds
Okay,
good.
but
Thank you
I
for your
appreciate,
time.
and I appreciate your persistence on the matter. It's a good point what you're saying. It is. If you ask me, if somebody comes and asks me, should I eat meat or not eat meat? I will definitely say don't eat meat. I will not. I will not tell anybody, no, no, eat meat. Eating meat is good. Will I tell anybody like that? I will never tell anybody like that. I myself do not eat meat, but I myself struggled to give up meat.
Maybe you
Struggled.
can incorporate it in your teachings. That's my only point.
Okay.
As a basis of it, because we know it's a
I don't
basis.
know. I don't like to tell you yes, which I'm not sure, but let me consider your point. Okay. Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you.
Thank you. Sip Prakash and Pix. And if anybody wants to give a comment on Sonia's point, you're welcome to give an open session. I don't know how many of you are. You all are vegetarian? Who all are vegetarian? I don't know. Who all are veg, who are non-vegetarian? So let us see. If somebody wants to say, I'm a non-vegetarian and spiritual.
I'm a sparkling example of this very topic which she's conducting.
So
Before
you're
I
veg?
non-veg every day, any time, chicken tandoori was my favorite. Ever
Ah.
since I joined this call, nobody, friends call me, I don't go to them just to avoid it. I don't even buy eggs nowadays.
Okay. Good.
And
So
my question is,
yes.
yesterday the topic was of killing the ego, and at the time of death you said the ego dissolves.
Correct.
So what I feel is the same thing about mind. Every time you say kill the mind, mind also cannot be killed. Only at the
Mind
time.
can be killed.
That is my point. My point is
You don't.
just
It's a wrong point. And it's a wrong point because when you say mind cannot be killed, means you will be slave of the mind.
so,
But let me correct. Let me correct the point one second. 1 second. Mind can be killed, but mind can be reborn. Mind can come alive like a phoenix. You can still the mind and kill the mind. It can come back alive.
what I feel is just as you use the word enlighten the ego, you should use only silence the mind rather than kill the mind.
Okay, you can say silence the mind, but the mind cannot be silenced. It's too mild a term. The mind will refuse to be silenced. It will kick you. That's why we use a strong term. You must kill it. You must murder it. You must blast it. You must finish it. You must.
For spirituality, such words don't.
No, we are not talking about spirituality for doing it to an animal or a human being. We are talking of the rascal mind. In spirituality, you have to destroy the mind.
Okay,
Completely destroy it.
Destroy is okay, but kill is a little harsh word, I feel.
See, Prakash, harsh words are only with, if it all goes to the ear. From the soul point of view, there is no harsh. Everything is musical. From a soul point, from a soul perspective, there is nothing harsh. Everything is beautiful. Okay.
Another
Fix.
point.
Yes.
Last week we had this topic of duality.
Yes.
Like in love, in materialistic love, 1 + 1 remains 2. And in spiritual love, 1 + 1 = 1.
Yes.
So similarity, those who practice duality, they are practicing like materialistic love. 1 plus 1, they remain separate, and 1 plus 1 remain 2.
Correct.
So this is what analogy I was thinking.
Yeah,
of.
yeah, good analogy. Good, but we have to move away from that analogy to come to one. You're right. Your point is correct. Pix.
Maybe by using
Thank you.
this analogy, I could understand this Advaita and duality.
Okay, good point. But I'm not going to. It's a delicate analogy. Keep it for your understanding. Pix.
Thank you.
Shivam Guruji, I'm also a non-vegetarian. After joining your call, I left drinking and non-veg.
पूरा छोड़ दिया.
पूरा छोड़ दिया, totally. Even जो खाते हैं उनके साथ में बैठता भी नहीं हूँ.
So
इतना वो हो गया.
Sonia to note, if Sonia is still on the call or Sonia is not on the call. So if Sonia is on the call, then Sonia to note that people who are joining this call are automatically giving up meat. Now, without my insisting, this is the magic of this call. Without insisting, people are giving up the meat because they themselves realize it is to be given up. So that is the way I would want to do it. Thank you, Pix. Continue.
And my question is that last 2 or 3 months I'm observing my thoughts and I'm always doing self inquiry कि मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ. मैं फाइंड कर रहा हूँ कि मैं अकेला होता हूँ, खुश होता हूँ, हैप्पीनेस में, पीस में रहता हूँ. बट जो चीज मुझे पहले प्लेजर देती थी, ठीक है, वो उनको मैं अवॉइड कर रहा हूँ, उनसे दूर हट रहा हूँ.
गुड.
उनको मैं पहले हैप्पीनेस मानता था, ठीक है. बट इसके बाद में नेक्स्ट क्या? मेरी प्रॉपर्टी मुझे हैप्पीनेस नहीं दे रही, मेरी पीएचडी डिग्री मुझे हैप्पीनेस नहीं दे रही, मेरी असट्स मुझे हैप्पीनेस नहीं दे रही, मेरे फ्रेंड्स की सर्कल जो यार दोस्तों का था वो मुझे हैप्पीनेस नहीं दे रहा. तो अब क्या? अब मेरे को रियल हैप्पीनेस के लिए क्या करना पड़ेगा?
तो पहले तो if you are happy to give up your friend circle or you're happy to give up your drinking and eating, you must not suppress it. If you suppress it, you will not feel happy. आप समझ रहे हैं? आप इसको दबाओ मत. इसको दबाने से खुशी नहीं मिलेगी.
Yes.
आपको you must reach that state where you say, शांति से मिला क्या हसी आनंद, सत्य के चित्त में मिला सच्चिदानंद. How can you be in that state where you are enjoying सच्चिदानंद because that silence is giving you beautiful bliss? ऐसे नहीं कि मुझे मजबूरी मुझे शांति में रहना है. Today I was walking for 1 hour, today evening. 1 hour I walked alone, watching the sunset. I watched the colors. I don't know who saw today. The sunset was so beautiful, at least from my terrace. Very, very beautiful sunset. Okay. That gives me more happiness than having a drink or eating a chicken or tandoori or anything which I was very fond of. So, aapko that Shanti, that Satchidanand will start giving you happiness. You will start enjoying the taste. कहते हैं कुछ खाना ऐसा है, पहली बार खाएगा अच्छा नहीं लगेगा, बार बार खाने से उसको टेस्ट बनता है.
Yes.
तो you have got to develop a taste of, and उस टेस्ट में क्या होना है? The realization कि I am प्रभु. I am प्रभु. Realizing कि प्रभु मैं तो वो हूं, मैं तो ये थोड़ी हूं. ये जो सब ये नाटक अभी लोग, when I go to party, yesterday I went to party, it was my father's birthday. My father's 85th birthday. So I don't go for party. बड़ा party किया. I went for 1 minute. I went, entered 1 minute, wished and came back in 1 minute. Because वहां पे खाना, पीना, बजाना, सजाना, गजाना, everything happens. मुझे तो वो गाना है ना, बेगानी शादी में अब्दुल्ला, क्या है वो ये गाना. तो you feel that you are misfit. मुझे कुछ पसंद ही नहीं आ रहा है उसमें. You get to that point, Pix. वो that point will come.
मेरे को अभी मुझे लग रहा है कि अभी तलाश पे जाने का परफेक्ट टाइम है, क्योंकि अभी जो प्लेजर नहीं में वो हैप्पीनेस नहीं फील हो रही, तो हैप्पीनेस, रियल हैप्पीनेस के लिए अभी तलाश में जाना बेटर टाइम.
Actually, you are already in तलाश. आपको थोड़ी साधना की जरूरत है. आपका I think first of all don't miss Zoom call. आप शायद वीक में 1 या 2 बार मिस करते हैं कभी कभी.
नहीं अभी तो रेगुलर हूँ मैं लास्ट 2 मंथ से।
पहले मिस होता था आपका, करेक्ट?
हाँ पहले मिस।
Coming on this call is the enough screwdriver for your talash. Then you need some sadhana. Then you need some interaction, some question answers. Ask some questions, even on my personal number if it's private, or here. I don't know whether Ahem Sip will give me permission. Ahem Sip is there on the call? Is Ahem Sip on the call? Huh? Can I mention your new? Where is Ahem Sip? She's not on video. Okay, I need to ask her permission whether I can mention. She has started a new practice, and I want to know whether I can share her practice with everybody. Yes, I can share your practice. So what Ahem Sip does, I used to write a letter to God every day. So Ahem Sip writes a letter to the divine and shares with me as guru. So she says, I can tell you it is transformative for her. And maybe you can, if you would like to help others, you can put put your hand up and unmute and speak. Because, wo kya kar, every day she spends 3 or 4 or 5 minutes, maybe 5 minutes. She writes a letter to Sip. Maybe I think she also writes to Guru. It's a combined letter. She sends it to me every day. Every day. कि मेरे लाइफ में क्या हुआ, क्या हो रहा है, how I'm feeling. And that is unmute and Sip, let her give a comment. And so I'm talking to you, Pix. Talash is all these things, sadhana and other things. Ahem Sip.
Shivoham Guruji.
Shivoham.
Like Krishna brought me to this call, and this idea also Krishna gave me. Once I asked how to increase my mumukshutva. So that day Shri Krishna called me and asked me to write a letter to God. And then I thought, for me, God is on earth in the form of you. So I've started writing it to you every evening. Even if I don't have anything, I just send a message of good night and thanks. And I've made it a point to, before going to bed, I have to write to you a letter. And it has automatically, things have started fallen in place. Like I can give one example. I was addicted to YouTube. After every few hours, I would just go through short stories, read. And while reading also, I'll feel that this is nonsense, why I'm reading, but I was not able to give it up. So every time I share my problem with you, from next day that is resolved.
So
it is magical.
So there is something which are divine magic, which we cannot.
Yes.
Good. Thank you for sharing. I didn't want to inform without your permission, so I need you.
No, because
Okay.
it only gives ideas to everybody. So
yeah, no. So I'm just saying. So Pix was telling me I want to go on Talash. You are all of you are already on Talash. All of you have already initiated your journey. Now it is for you to accelerate your journey. How can you accelerate your journey? Like Sonia said, sometimes, for example, eating meat. Oh, for those of you who cannot give it up, I'm telling you it's not easy, I know, but maybe you can give up 1 day a week, 2 days a week. Maybe you can give up certain meat. There's a way to give it up. There's a scientific way to give it up. Or like me, 1 day, give up overnight, which is a very dangerous way to do it. Thank you, Payal and Rajanan. Payal, yes, Payal.
Pranam, Gurudev, Shivoham.
Yes, Payal, bolo.
Gurudev, yesterday we were discussing about how to kill the mind. And I think the inference was you can dissolve the ego, but you cannot kill it, right?
Correct. You cannot kill the ego.
You can just eliminate ego, but you can't kill it.
No, you cannot even eliminate. See, for example, you are Payal, correct? Suppose you are enlightened Payal. You're still enlightened Payal.
Correct.
The ego is an identity. Suppose I am not Rajeshwari, I am Siri. Siri is a mark of I am the soul in Rajeshwari, correct? But who is Siri? Who is Siri? I am Siri. I means the ego is still alive.
Yeah, absolutely.
When I realized I am not Ravi, I am Atma in Ravi. Who is Atma in Ravi? I
Ravi.
am.
Yeah,
No.
you.
I. Who's that I?
It's you.
I is the soul. I is the soul manifesting in the body, and that soul manifesting in a body continues to remain in that identity, which is this face. Of course, I am not Payal. You are Payal and I am AiR, correct?
Correct.
Then I come to know you and me are essentially, you are Atma, I am Atma. We are both our souls.
Correct.
But as long as we are alive, that identity will be separate. You as Payal and me as AiR.
Correct.
So it's,
Absolutely.
so therefore you can be enlightened, but as long as you are alive in a body, the ego will be there as an enlightened ego. But mind you can kill, and mind you should kill. Mind you should completely destroy.
Yeah,
And
and also I think it is more important, even if you have to kill your ego, maybe dissolve the ego, you have to see yourself in the other person's
that is called
scenario
enlightening
where
the ego. That's not dissolving will happen when the body dies.
okay.
You cannot dissolve the ego. For example, today you may be Shankaracharya. Okay, who do you think is the highest enlightened person? Do you have a name?
Hmm.
Who? Give me any name. You look up to anybody as enlightened?
I mean, I look up to you.
Okay, okay. If you think I am enlightened, then if I want a
Yeah.
glass of water, what will I say? If I go to hotel, I'll tell भैया एक डोसा देना भैया. मुझे
हाँ.
मुझे हाँ मुझे चटनी नहीं चाहिए, मुझे सांभर चाहिए. I can say ना
हाँ.
मुझे चाहिए. That means
Yeah.
that I is still there. Although it is enlightened, it still exists.
Got it. Got
Huh?
it.
But when
Got it.
in the moment of death, if you realize Payal is my name, this body is a temple of my soul, then when the body dies, Payal will merge with the divine, and the ego will dissolve into nothing.
Okay. Got it.
This is the ultimate
Gurudev,
truth of life.
another point I think which Sonia put up on veg and non-veg. I quit non-veg. I was a non-veg eater. I'm saying I quit chicken, mutton, beef, any which ways I never used to eat. But I eat fish, that too once, twice in a year, kind of a thing. Very less. But I do eat egg. But I left non-veg primarily just I saw one of the Netflix series called Game Changer 1.5 years back. It's all about plant-based diet and how it can be so effective for your body. And because of that, I thought it is making no sense to continue eating non-veg.
So
But
you get even fish, you get plant-based fish, which is very good.
yeah, but I hardly eat fish. But
But
my
you know what
question
happened?
is, yeah.
Let me share with you what Sonia said, and they got a very important point here. I'm not worried about you eating fish or not once or twice a year, okay?
Ha, ha,
My
ha.
point is you being a master of your desire.
Yeah.
When you are a master of your desire, if the damn it favorite calamari comes in front of you or that lobster comes in front of you, you say, no, I won't eat it.
You are not
That
tempted.
because you have become the master. See, Payal,
Ha.
ultimately, how many minutes pleasure we get on the tongue? 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the
Yeah.
kind of joy we get being a master is much greater.
Yeah, I agree with you. But I want to state one more thing, Gurudev. I had a cook last year, and when I was in Qatar, that time she followed Islam. She's a Muslim and very nice lady. And she gave me analogy of why Muslims eat lot of non-veg is primarily because in the Quran it's written that nature needs a balance, and if you are not eating it, I think the population of the chicken or
You know,
mutton will increase and stuff like
Payal,
that. She gave me
you know,
that logic. Huh.
Payal, people who are criminals will give you explanation why it is good to be a criminal. The
Yeah, but it's
one,
written in the Quran is
nah,
what
nah,
she
don't, I
mentions.
don't,
That's why
don't
I'm
go, don't,
asking.
don't, don't. So one man said, पता है मैं क्यों चोरी करता हूँ? One man told me,
Huh.
पता है मैं क्यों चोरी करता हूँ? I said, क्यों चोरी
Huh.
करता है? Because मेरे घर के सामने 5 भिखारी लोग हैं. मैं चोरी करके भिखारियों को खिलाता हूँ. Then they put him in jail. They got caught robbing. Same analogy you're giving me.
Yeah, she gave me, and I'm just trying to
Don't
clarify.
actually don't. I tell something, Payal. Go by your conscience and go by
Yeah.
your intelligence. Right? There is an amount of pain. Imagine somebody slaughtered you and me and ate. Imagine a big dinosaur was slaughtering us and eating. How would we feel?
Yeah,
If
I
you,
any which way stopped.
no, I'm just saying for those, for I saw videos of how the cows are slaughtered and how the chickens
Yeah,
are slaughtered. It's so heartbreaking.
yeah, absolutely. I
Yeah.
agree.
So therefore, if there's plant-based meat, enjoy Beyond Meat. You must be eating there. What fantastic Beyond Meats you get, and what you get amazing plant-based meat. What's the problem?
Yeah, agree.
Okay. Good,
All
Payal.
right.
Good,
Thank you.
good.
Thank you,
Keep
Gurudev.
keep keep asking questions once in a way. Rajanand,
Yes.
Rajanand, and then
So,
Atmanand and Renuka.
Shivam, sir,
Sir,
I would also like to talk on meat eating, sir.
yes, bolo sir.
2000 up to 2018, I was स्टोमच क्या बोलते हैं उसको मीट खोर तो लास्टली आई लेफ्ट मीट बिकॉज इन कश्मीर में वहाँ बीफ मिक्स होता था तो आई लेफ्ट मीट ईटिंग बट आई वुड नॉट लीव आई वाज नॉट एबल टू लीव fish eating. Because I would love to eat fish. Last in 2018, I saw a fish struggling for her life in my kitchen, and that with my the workers there. So I left instantly. I left the fish also eating fish. तब से मैं I don't take and I feel happy that I am vegetarian because उससे मुझे लगता है कि it helps me a lot. Now how I am feeling that it is okay that I am vegetarian because I know that every plate पे चाहे आलू हो या dead chicken हो so it is all sip because every particle of matter is sip. We all know it. But at the same time, you are teaching us the very important aspect of this जो हम करते हैं प्रेम योगा. I think that basis of the प्रेम योगा is the perceptible compassion. अभी वो that is जैसे फिश तड़प रही थी. So आई एम परसीव इसको देख रहा हूं मैं सो देयर शुड बी सम कंपैशन एंड उसी के बेस आधार पर प्रेम योगा है तो अनलेस दैट इज डेवलप्ड आई थिंक दिस इज अ बिग हर्डल ऑन आवर पाथ मीट ईटिंग इससे
Yeah, you are very right. See, also what happens is health-wise, now for a human being is not meant to be an animal, their teeth and all that. We are not supposed to. We are supposed to eat simple fruits and vegetables. In reality, हाँ हमने खा लिया एक बार टेस्ट हो गया तो फिर वो छोड़ नहीं सकते. The last meal I ate was frogs. I told you the last meal I feel disgusted. I ate a bowl of frog legs in Jakarta. The thought of it is 25, no, not 25 now, 35 years back. More than 35 years back. I gave up. So I think we should be able to choose sensibly. Thank you. Thank you. Atmanand, Renuka, Girija.
Shivam Guruji.
Yes, sir.
So when are we going to have our next retreat?
Next retreat, whenever you want.
We should plan.
When did we have the last retreat? How many months over?
I think the online one is 3 months or so, but the offline we had in September, right? So we should have one
October,
offline.
November, December, January. So if a few of you get together and discuss when and what, I'm happy.
Yeah,
I'm at your
I'm
service.
happy to volunteer.
Okay, so they talk to you. You know Shire. You have Shire's number.
Yeah, I have.
Talk to Shire. He's Shire Krishna. Talk to few people who are the champions and become a champion. If you want to lead it forward, it's very easy to do it in Bangalore because then dates are much easier. We said once in Bangalore, once outside Bangalore. So if you want to do it in Bangalore, we can do it. Fix a date. We have the place was good. All those who came last time to Ancient School of Wisdom, if you like the place was decent. Anybody wants to come? 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 people, we can accommodate, book a place and do it. So these are good, having these retreats, online retreats, but I like it to come from your side. I want you all to kickstart it. I want any seeker, any master to kickstart and then I'm there. What am I? I'm here for you 24/7.
Okay, I'll volunteer this time.
Yeah, so take it forward, okay? Any question?
No.
Thank you. Thank you, Renuka, Girija, Krishna.
Shivoham AiR and Shivoham all.
Yes.
I want to take the point from the Sonia. I am also a Jain and a pure vegetarian because that's how we were born and brought up in the religion way or whatever you can say, the family. I have been worldwide, even in Arctic and Antarctica, the extreme climatic conditions. So I was with the Chilean partners, went to Antarctica, and my menu was all vegetarian there. And they were wondering that I will survive over there or not, because we were there on the glaciers working under there. And
How did you manage? You carried with you vegetarian food for so
no,
long.
no, they have it on the base camp at Chilean base camp. So I had all vegetarian food, only the nuts and the fruits, vegetables, and all which were stored during my visit over there, during my expedition there. And what I feel, they were saying I don't even take alcohol either. So they were wondering how I will survive in that place, and I happily survived with all the vegetarian things that were available. Potato do I do take, and I think that where there is a will, there is a way,
I
and
agree with you.
I find the way out. And mostly I find difficulty in Japan and China as well, where everything, even on the whatever you pick up from the stores, are all in their language. So there at least I find more difficulty compared to the other place. Even in the Arctic, when you're going on Yakmuk and Kiruna, where minus 40-degree temperature is there. There also they take Glock, that's wine. Even I didn't take that either, but I survived. So I just say you can survive. Even you can see our saints who are Digambaras, they go onto the extreme conditions also, so they can survive. So it is how we adapt and how we take it forward, and it is
No,
possible. Shouldn't be forced, it should come automatically. I believe in that.
that's what I told Sonia. I
Yeah,
feel that
exactly.
I don't like to impose upon anybody, but I think it should come from your own
Ah,
will.
yeah, and it is actually vegetarian food is much lighter if you don't overeat everything. It is based on that.
Good,
Thank you. Yeah,
good submission. Thank you, thank you.
thank
Girija Krishna. Yes, Girija.
you.
Yes, Girija.
Shivom Guruji,
Shivoham.
many spoke about non-vegetarian and all, quitting meat and all. Let me tell you, I'm a pure vegetarian, and my question is, I want to be in silence, Guruji, but I have to speak because where I work, I have to speak. But whenever I speak, though my intentions are good, but others take it in a you can call it a negative way or in a wrong way. Maybe I'm putting a wrong word. I don't know. Then I have to make them understand. No, no, no. This was my. I
Intention.
meant this and all. Uh-huh. So does it mean that I'm adding bad karma?
No, I think you're not adding bad karma, but I think if you change your attitude and you talk to people like you're talking to God, to sip, then those wrong words cannot come.
I'm not rude, Guruji.
No, no, I
Never.
don't know. You can personally message me what you're talking, or you want to give an example now, you can give an example. Because
Hmm,
what happens is, suppose I'm talking to God, I'm talking to sip.
hmm,
My whole approach will be folded hands and submissive. How
hmm,
can
hmm.
anybody be upset if I'm submissive with folded hands?
I understand that, but whenever I have to tell something, uh, they don't take it in a good
Yeah.
spirit.
Just try to
Uh,
say it with more love. That's all.
uh,
You don't have to keep quiet. You have to say what you have to say. But all I'm saying is that be conscious that sip is an all.
Now, so I've cut down my talk also. Wherever is necessary,
Yeah,
then
but
only I speak. Otherwise, I
when
don't.
you're working, you can't cut down your talk, right? When you're working,
That's that's what I wanted to ask. If they take it in a wrong thing, then also my karma is added.
no, no.
My
Somebody taking it the wrong way is not your karma. You doing wrong is your karma. If you are right, you don't have to worry about it. Just reflect. Please reflect. If they say you are wrong, go into your consciousness and reflect, or send me a small example and I will guide you.
Thank you, Guruji.
Thank you. Krishna
Thank
Chidanand.
you. Thank you.
Krishna and Chidanand.
It's Shubham.
Shubham.
So one thing is about the non-veg topic, and I used to love fish, and though I was not a compulsive non-vegetarian as such, fish was a very, and thing is the doctors now recommend to eat fish, after an age, but I stopped after the Pune retreat. I used to eat berries, yeah. And then one more thing I want to say that in different culture, it is different. For example, Sri Ramakrishna used to consume fish and they call it as jalasasya. For them, it is vegetable, from the waters. So it is different, but I think now we are, of course, as Sonia said, food do, make up our subtle body, maybe, we don't know. But when the profound teachings we are getting on a daily basis, these are things, as you said, we are getting mastery over our likes and dislikes. We are like, that is one, I think spiritual path is different. That is one thing. Second is, sir, we are all planning to come for Shivaratri if the function is still there. So if you can have a retreat at least near around that week, it would be really good for us. And anyway, I've resigned. So for me, I'm free. I feel so liberated after only one more week to go. So we are all planning together to come to Bangalore for
So
Shivaratri.
why don't you talk to Atmanand now? This is 26th is Shivaratri. 27th we cannot have because 27th will be a day break. And then 28th onwards, so I think if I'm available 28th of February, 28th and 1st we can have. Then people will have to come for Shivaratri, and then thereafter we'll continue the retreat. If you tell me, I'll block my dates. I hope I'm in Bangalore for a few days. I'm only traveling to Finland in the next week. Yes. Yeah, it's good. I'm principally saying idea is good. Atmanand and Krishna, take it forward.
Ajishri is here.
We'll have to immediately talk to the ancient school tomorrow, and I'll get the FCF's availability. We'll block the dates, and then everybody can start. Huh? Shair can speak. Shair is there. Shair up here.
We discussed together only about Shivaratri.
Okay, so good, very good to have all of you on Shivratri. It'll make it a great thing, great part for all of you to come. If Shair is here, Shair can block the resort. Otherwise, Pushpa will talk to Shair and block it.
Thank you.
All right. Any question?
No.
Good. And I'm also happy. See, meat. I like you all to give up meat on your own. I know Sonia is still around. Sonia. Shair is there. So Sonia, for me, giving up meat is one of the most difficult challenges of life. For me, giving up meat is difficult. And if you can give up meat, it's fantastic, superb. And that's why a guru will never tell people to give up unless they themselves can give up. So that is the point. So Sonia wants to speak and Shair wants to come. Shair is there on the call. Shair can also confirm. Yes, Sonia, you want to say something?
Yes, hi, AiR again. Yeah, what I was going to say is if you've noticed, a lot of people that have come and spoken about it, they say they learned it from here, they understood it after. So what my point is to give that teaching, to incorporate it in your teachings, because I think it's a very, like, people need to learn. That's what I'm trying to say.
A true guru will not tell people what they should do unless the guru knows that it is easily doable. For me, whatever I tell people to do is easily doable. Eating meat, I leave it to each individual with a recommendation to eat vegetarian. But for example, I don't think egg is wrong. To me, an egg is unfertilized. Now, this can be a matter of great debate. But egg does not give chicken. The egg in the market cannot become a chicken.
Yes,
So I don't get into
it is a matter of great debate.
Yeah, so I don't want to get because then people say no, it's not about a chicken coming out of an egg. It's how inhuman the chickens are treated with. This is for me. We must treat first of all the beggar on the street with reverence. We must first treat the people in our house with reverence. We must treat our servants with reverence. This is the more primary to see and experience God in all. But You have created enough of a storm, and many people have come and told you on this call. You must be mighty pleased that many people have given up meat on this call. Okay, so Chidanand, please come along, and Shai, Krishna didn't finish. I don't know if Sonia finished. Sonia, anything else? And
No,
Krishna,
I'm good. Thank you.
okay, thank you. Krishna, please come along if she wants to speak.
No, I just wanted to say a joke which Swami Chinmayananda used to say on the same topic, because he said when somebody was abroad for many, many, many years and came back to India, yes, his whole, his food habits, dietary habits had completely changed. But when he came back to India, he was asking, वो जलेबी वाला अभी भी है क्या? मतलब वो रस अंदर है, उस गली में है वो. तो after years at rest, he said it is better to eat than thinking about meat. He used to say that. So it should come from, so your idea of teaching, which we gave not because you insisted us on giving. So that is a more,
That's what we want. No, we want. See, what I teach, it's very simple. There are two things in life you can do. If somebody is hungry, either you can give them a fish, or you can teach them to fish.
Right.
Correct. So what do? I teach you to fish. So then I want you all to, on your own, I want you all to choose the right thing. That is the way this is my way of teaching. Chidanand, I'm calling upon Shair. कहाँ पे छुपा है तुम शायर? शायर, Chidanand.
Shivam Guruji,
Sure,
I
sir.
perfectly endorse your view that you have to teach people to fish rather than giving them the fish. Even Jagat Guru, Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, he never instructs anybody to do this or do that. And in fact, he classifies the food into three types: sattvic, rajasic, and tamasic. Now, if you're on the path of spirituality, he prefers you to have sattvic food. If you are a warrior or you're a kshatriya, he says you have rajasic food. And tamasic food, obviously, he says asuras, you don't do it. Now, my small submission, in all the three categories, there are animal products and vegetables. So vegetarian, non-vegetarian is the modern version of what actually our Shastras said, sattvic, rajasic, and tamasic. In sattvic, you have milk, which is the animal product. And in tamasic, you have got onions and potatoes, which is a vegetarian product. So, and red meat definitely is tamasic, but poultry and fish, it was considered to be rajasic. So, vegetarian, non-vegetarian was never the classification in Sanatana Dharma. It was sattvic, rajasic, and tamasic. And depending upon your goal, if you want to be enlightened, if you want to be in spirituality, then better prefer sattvic food.
But Chidanand, what you say is correct. But when we in this part, the answer is be in consciousness and choose what is right.
Yeah,
Use
automatically.
your,
Being in consciousness, you automatically drop. There's no question of any guidance.
yeah. So that is the way to
It's
do
like
it. Okay.
it's like you say, when water is ice, right? The moment it becomes water, it loses the characteristic of ice.
Correct. Good. We have got three questions today: Siva, Will, and Abhishek. Siva, Will, and Abhishek.
Shivam Guruji, I just wanted
Yes.
to say that Krishna and myself will be there for this Shivaratri because I am coming to Bangalore next week. So I'll definitely be there for the Shivaratri. And if the retreat continues, then I'm going to be in that.
Okay, so you
Also.
have to, Atmanand is chosen the championship. We have an able administrator to help Shire. So you all have
Yeah.
to start making the count, and we will book the date.
Okay. Another one question. As
Yes.
they said, sattvic food will make a person very calm and all. But I have seen people who have been eating sattvic food. I have not seen them always calm and all. They they lose their temper, short tempered. They take out their anger. But as you said, it is only when you are in consciousness always, then the mind is calm. Otherwise, not. That is what I think. Am I right, Guruji?
Absolutely. There are many people who are vegetarian who may be like monsters. It's not that all vegetarian
Yes.
people are very kind people. It's not like that. But
Yes.
that does not mean that definitely meat eating is not healthy for the body, the mind, and the soul. For all aspects, meat eating must be avoided at its highest levels. If somebody has got the courage of giving up, it's fantastic. I know it is very difficult, but that is a mastery. If you can give up meat, you can give up anything in life, according to me.
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay.
Another
Thank you.
question, as
Yes.
Krishna said, the habits which we think has died out, it doesn't happen. She says, is it so? It's not the case with me. I have changed some of my habits,
No,
and
she
it
just
doesn't
gave a
stay with
joke.
me.
She just
No,
gave
is
a
it?
joke.
No, but I am asking you, is it true?
No, depends. No, depends on the person, depends on the habit. And she just gave an example that what jalebi wala. So the
Uh,
fellows are constantly thinking of jalebi, no? So that
yeah.
means what is the thing of jalebi? It means desire. Desire is created by the mind. What Krishna is trying to say is sometimes the mind should
Yes.
not be. We must try to tame the monkey. Make it what is
Yeah.
monkey? Eat by ever yearning.
Yeah.
So we become
But
become become a monk. We must try to become a
yeah,
monk.
yeah, if it is deep inside you, is it very difficult to
No, no, it's
take it out
possible.
from the
It's
root?
possible.
It is.
Definitely
It is
possible to change.
possible.
Of
Yeah, we
course,
can take out from the root and then it will
anything,
disappear.
anything is
Yeah,
possible to change. Man,
yeah,
man has got the capability of. You
capability.
saw Renuka say I was in Antarctica. In Antarctica, minus 40 degrees. She was on nuts and she was on vegetarian food. And the people there
Mhm.
are eating all the time, eating fish and seal and drinking wine because it's so cold.
Yes.
It's a matter of discipline. Will
Okay.
Abhishek.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Will and Abhishek. One mind, one heart, one soul, one love. Yes, sir.
Shigo Hungsip, thank you very much for this. This is such a kind of hot topic. That's what's so unpleasant about talking about it. And
Because in your area, everybody must be eating meat, right? So, are people giving up?
it's hard to talk about. I'm not telling anyone what to do, but it's such a hot topic. And in the Buddha's day, there was a monk called Devadatta, and one of his rules, he said, I'm not like, he was proclaiming himself as better than the Buddha. He said, we're vegetarians and these other ones, they're all eating meat. It was like a hot topic even in his day. And the Buddha had his own rule. He said, look, if you have got nothing to do with the killing of that animal, if you've just gone to a supermarket and it's already dead, but if the animal has in any way been killed for you, then the karma is, then you monks are not allowed to eat under those circumstances. But
Okay.
I
Don't get
completely,
into.
I
Yeah,
completely agree with you. I completely agree, and I also I know that the Krishna people, they've got this hot, very strong view against eggs. But what can you do? The eggs has got this. It's got this. It's called a paravitamin. It's not strictly a vitamin, but it's called acetylcholine, and it's very, very important for the brain to get. Your body cannot produce enough, and you need to have that from the. You get this in the egg yolk. It's the cheapest source is from the egg yolk, and also the other thing missing is these omega fats, and usually you get this from fish oil. So even if you can't, but the issue that has convinced me is because I've met people who are enlightened people actually, and they themselves say, look, I would like not to eat meat, but I have to eat a small amount, just a tiny thing. And so I can't argue about it because it is coming from them. So I know that this is
Each one of us has our own consciousness. Each one of us has our own intelligence, and we should use our own consciousness and intelligence to decide.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, done. So, Abhishek, last question, Abhishek.
Shivam, sir. So this is off the current topic. I was
Today's no topic. Today's open house. You can ask any question. Yeah.
So I was wanting to understand what does chanting of mantra do, and how does it impact our life or karma in general?
See, a mantra. Man means what? Man.
Thought.
Man means mind.
Right. Okay.
And tra means instrument. And mantra is an instrument to still the mind. So what happens if you keep on repeating a mantra? If you keep on saying Om, 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 whatever you do, if you keep on, the moment you keep on repeating a mantra, then you are able to use that mantra to still the mind. For example, some people, they do pranayama. What is pranayama? If you do like this, Your entire attention is on the breath. That's also one way to still the mind. Therefore, this is what a mantra is. Now, you had a second part to your question, Abhishek?
How does it impact our karma or life in general?
No, it doesn't affect karma directly. If you are able to meditate, you go from meditation to contemplation. And in that contemplation, there is realization. So when meditation, you go upwards on the state of meditation till you reach samadhi, or you reach that state of divine consciousness. That is required for enlightenment. That's required for spiritual awakening. Then you're free from all your karma. But where you're concerned, in simple words, try to move from a state of mind to a state of consciousness. Try to spend some time in silence. Try to still the mind. This is what I will tell you practically what you should be doing. Don't worry too much about complicated things. It doesn't help. Is that okay?
Thank you so much.
But you please spend some time in silence and
will.
try to when you spend some time in silence, you still the mind. What will happen is the mind creates fear, worry, stress, anxiety, regret, shame, and guilt. You try to be in consciousness and try to attain what is called Sat Chit Anand. Sat Chit Anand means you have to be in that state of truth consciousness, that I am not I. When the moment you say I am not I am that. I am the divine soul. So with that, if you are able to do that, then you're good. So my dear friends, we have reached the end of the call. So we have reached the end of the call, and we are going to there's nothing to wind up, but Sonia took the privilege of making this a call on vegetarian and non-vegetarian to a great extent. But I know. Bliss, you're vegetarian or non-vegetarian? Mix. Little bit. Okay. So time is over.
Sometime, not often. It's very low if I
Yeah.
compare with
I understand. But somebody like Bliss has grown up in an environment of eating meat from the time she's a child, but slowly getting to understand. So, my dear friends, there are more important things, for example, that we should focus on, along with eating of healthy food and vegetarian food. We must concentrate on realizing that the divine is inside, Sip is inside. That is a very, very important. When you realize that, then everything of your life will change. You will have respect for every animal. You will have respect for everything in this world. And that is my goal, to help you reach there. With folded hands, I bow down to you.